Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're jumping into a concept that's incredibly simple, like really fundamental. You probably walk right past it every single day, don't even think about it. Our mission here is to unpack this one seemingly basic act. The author of our source piece, it's called The Uplifted Gaze. A simple shift actually claims it changes everything. And the subtitle is just Look Up. Honestly, you might be surprised what's hidden in this simple thing. The piece kicks off with a really blunt question. When's the last time you looked up? And it stresses not metaphorically, I mean literally.
That's such a striking question to start with, isn't it? And what's really interesting is how this material takes this tiny physical action, looking up, and says it's one of the most important yet overlooked things we can possibly do. So this deep dive, it's really about exploring why. Why does this simple physical act have so much power? And how does it reconnect us to the world, to ourselves, often in ways we just don't expect?
One of the first things the material points out is this habit we have, this modern thing. It says we're pretty much trained to look straight ahead. And if you think about your day, heads down, focused, right? Eyes on the phone, the laptop, the task in front of you, or maybe just the pavement under your feet.
Exactly.
And the reasons given, they feel very familiar. Things to do, places to be, people to prove something to. It creates this constant kind of forward, downward gaze, almost looking inward, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely inward, yeah. And what's really compelling is the immediate shift the material talks about. The second you just pause and tilt your head up, even for a fraction of a second, the description is so vivid, it's like your soul gets a breath of fresh air. It's not just physical. There's this energetic thing that happens almost instantly, a kind of lightning, a release.
Yeah, and that's where it really started to click for me, too. When you actually do it deliberately, the observations, the source details, they become so noticeable. Like you suddenly see the shape of a bird's wings as it cuts across the sky, or the curve of the tree branches reaching for the light.
Things that were always there.
Right, always there. Or even the intricate lines in a building that were carved by someone's hands, someone's vision. And then you have this quiet thought like, oh, the clouds are moving. That the sky is bluer than you remembered. It's like snapping awake almost to a world you were just ignoring.
And what's really key here, it's not just about what you're seeing. It's deeply about how you feel. The moment you lift your gaze, physiologically, things happen. Your body opens, it says. Your breath deepens. And your mind softens.
How does that work physically?
Well, when you tilt your head up, your chest naturally lifts and expands a little. It allows for a fuller breath. And that subtle shift, it signals something to your nervous system, moving from maybe a closed defensive posture, something more open, more receptive. There's this definite sense of expansion, even if just for a moment. It's quite holistic.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So taking a step back then,
Yeah.
how does this tiny action connect to bigger ideas, like ancient wisdom? The author draws some really strong parallels here. It mentions how Eastern philosophy often speaks of presence as the gateway to peace. And, in mindfulness practices, it's always about the act of noticing that reconnects us to the now. So this simple head tilt suddenly feels like a direct route to those big concepts.
It really does. It's a shortcut almost. Looking up forces that presence. It sort of compels you to stop living life 2 inches from your face, as the source puts it, and to remember that the world is just so much bigger, so much more alive, and importantly, so are you.
So are you.
Yeah, it pulls you straight out of your own head, out of that internal monologue, the constant chatter, and drops you right into the vastness of the present. It's like an antidote to that tunnel vision we get stuck in, a way to break free from just being on, autopilot.
And the material explores the symbolism too, right? It goes deeper, describing looking up as an act of reverence, which is a powerful word.
It is.
Reverence for nature, sure. For architecture, okay.
Yeah.
But then it says reverence for the people you love. When you really look up at them, see their eyes, their expression, the truth in their face, that's about truly seeing, isn't it? Acknowledging, appreciating.
It really is. The symbolic weight of just lifting your chin, it's huge. The material suggests it's hope, it's wonder. It's actively choosing awareness over autopilot. It's a conscious choice to engage, not just drift through.
And then there's the contrast it draws, which is so stark and so true. Think about it. When we're in despair, what do?
Yeah.
We look down. Instinctively, we sort of curl in, we close off. It's that primal urge to shrink, to protect.
Exactly. And that's precisely why this simple physical shift is presented as so potent. The second you lift your gaze, even just a bit, it immediately changes our posture. It quite literally changes our energy. And by doing that, it invites in possibility.
It's a physical way of opening up.
Yes, it really makes you ask that question. Can a tiny physical act honestly influence our entire mental and emotional state? And the source material argues pretty convincingly, yes, profoundly so.
So this leads to the challenge, doesn't it? The gentle challenge or sacred experiment the material offers. It's basically an invitation. Just look up.
Hmm.
More specifically, it says, look up when you step outside. Look up when you're in conversation, which is a big one. Look up from your phone, from your stress, from your doubt. It's about consciously interrupting that downward pull.
And it emphasizes the beauty you can find, even in places you might think are, well, mundane, like the way sunlight filters through a dirty window. That tiny moment of noticing, that pause, that author calls it a kind of prayer and also a kind of presence.
Wow, a kind of prayer.
Yeah. It's finding connection and maybe even something sacred in the everyday, the ordinary stuff.
So wrapping it up, the core message seems to be that this really simple shift, just lifting your gaze, it might actually be what your spirit's been asking for all along.
Yeah. To summarize this whole deep dive, I think we've seen how something that feels so minor, so insignificant just looking up, it really can profoundly shift our perception, our well-being. It encourages presence, it deepens that connection with the world around us, and it even physically shifts us, from feeling closed off to feeling more open, more full of possibility.
So maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to take away and mull over. If simply looking up can change a single moment so powerfully, imagine what could happen if you consciously, consistently weave this simple act into your daily life. How might that subtly but significantly reshape your entire outlook, your whole experience of the world? Consider this your invitation, really. Look up and let the world remind you that you're still part of something beautiful.